Vybz would be emailing me.
Yes.
And I'd be like, yo, and I wouldn't respond to the email.
I know.
I'd be like, calling me like, yo, is Vybz emailing y'all, bro?
I'm still sending.
Because this is crazy.
I'm still sending. You probably have 1 million songs that I sent you. It's crazy, yes.
I'm like, yo, I don't know.
Including Fever.
Yeah, Fever.
Yes, including Fever.
So Fever came through, and of course I would listen, but like I wasn't replying. I don't know if there's
when the streets broke it, and then I heard it, I was
boom,
like,
let's go.
Yes, let's go.
Yeah, y'all wasn't about to get me caught up in some dragnet. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers back kicking in my door.
Yeah.
Shit.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is a big day here at Apple Music Ebro Show. My guy, Vybz Kartel, has come home and touched down on the couch. Big up, salute, bang, 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 bang.
Yes.
And all the things.
Yes.
And new music out.
Yes, sir.
Which we're going to get to today. First of all, how you feeling?
I feel amazing, man. I mean, as it relates to my health, it's a work in progress, but I'm feeling good spiritually. The vibe is nice.
You are someone who has been working for a long time.
Yes, sir.
And you've been blessed with talent and just, I mean, you was outside, as they say.
Yes, sir. Yes, we did it.
But and the reason I'm bringing all this up is because now you have been humbled in a way and dealing with Graves' disease on a regular basis.
Yes, sir.
Has that something that you always known you had? Did you learn that you had this when you were locked away? How did it?
Oh, no, I didn't know I had it, but apparently it's genetic.
Okay.
So when I was diagnosed with Graves' disease in 2014, while I was incarcerated, the doctor said to me, these illnesses are hereditary. Has anyone in your family ever suffered from it? I didn't know. So I asked my dad, and he was like, yes, your aunt. Which would be his sister.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, I didn't know that. So yeah, apparently it's hereditary. It's great.
And now that you're aware of this, I know you have children.
Yes.
Other brothers and sisters and family. Is this something that now everyone is making sure that they're getting checked about? Is that something that, because being proactive, I'm sure, is a key here, right?
I know, and I teach it to my kids, especially my daughter, because they say it affects women more than men, like slightly more than men. So I talk to her about her eating habits and what to eat, what not to eat. So, you know what I mean, stock up on that good salt. And, so I talk to my kids about it.
The album, Viking, Vybz Is King, 10-year anniversary, added 7 new songs.
7.
Yeah.
It's just my favorite number, by the way.
Yeah, and why?
I'm born January 7th. I was born in the 70s. I got 7 kids.
There you go.
Crazy.
They say that's the divine number, too.
Yes,
that's
sir.
what they say.
It's my angel number.
God is greatest. That's why I was going to go. Yeah, that's why I was going to go to the number one song off the album. This is how you start the project. You know, listen, I'm sure religion and spirituality and these things have been a part of your life since forever. I think the church was a part of your upbringing.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
Many people in Jamaica is church, singing, choir, the whole thing.
Yes, sir.
But, bringing more spirituality into some of your songs at this stage of your careers is very important to you.
It is very important to me, but I've always been doing songs like this.
That's right.
Now I take it more personally. For me, like I take this part of my life and me singing about God and singing about positivity and His blessing. Yeah. Like there ain't no capping in this. Like I'm doing it for real.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, I always had songs like "Thank You, Johnny, wake up this morning."
That's right.
Classics in dancehall and so on. But yeah, man, I like God is the greatest for me. That's my mantra right now. That's what I'm living by. Yeah. So it means a lot. And the fans, they accepted it because it's actually the biggest of the new songs.
That's right.
Off the album in terms of views, in terms of streaming and so on. So, yeah. It's
I think people obviously saw what you went through, right? And and locked away in Jamaica 14 years. And maintain your innocence, even though the world was accusing you and everybody was accusing you of things that you said, no, it's not what I did. That's not what happened.
Yeah.
So I think to some regard, like people like yourself
Yeah.
see how much God has brought you through.
Of course, because if it was left up to mankind, I wouldn't even be here. You know what I mean? I think divine intervention took place. Like, even when the case went back to England and the British Privy Council said, okay, we squashed the conviction, but we're sending it back to Jamaica to let them decide. No, so you can imagine how nerve-wracking that is, not just for me, but for my family and everyone involved, because, you know, closure is a part of being a human being. So regardless of how it was going to go, we didn't want to drag it out for another 2 years, 3 years. And, like, I was so blessed that it took, like, 2 months, I think, less than 3 months. Yeah, and I got out.
God is greatest.
God is the greatest, man.
Vybz Is King, Viking 10-year anniversary project. Vybz Kartel is here.
Oh.
Sir, you have shows all over the world.
Yes, sir.
The demand is high.
Very.
Talk about how that feels, because many people may not know that before you weren't able to travel, man. Before the incarceration.
Yes.
So this is new for you in some regards.
Yes, in some regards it is, because like you said, even before the incarceration, I never had an American visa.
Right.
I lost that, I think around 2005. You know what I mean? The British visa, I lost that around 2009. And then all I had left was the Schengen, like, so I could travel to Europe.
Yeah.
But, you know, because I'm me, the Caribbean is a big market for us. So, and the Caribbean people, they show us love, you know. So I did a lot of Caribbean shows, couple Europe tours every now and then. Yeah, but so being back here, this is the stuff that dreams are made of, man. Like this, how can you watch my life and not believe in miracles?
Yeah,
is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's crazy, but it feels blessed. So I'm booked all over the world right now. As far as Malta, I mean, Africa is calling. I'm all over South America. You know, the Caribbean, too easy, that's our place. But yeah, I have like 5 shows a month at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's a blessing.
And what are people asking to hear the most of the
classics?
They won.
Yeah, because
Summertime, Clarks.
Those classics, the Clarks, the Ramping Shop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The Fever and all those songs. They like the songs that I did in the era with me and Movado when we were feuding. Like,
yeah.
The original Vybz Kartel fans, that's what they request. Now, the kids, they're logging onto it because of social media, TikTok. Right. You know what I mean? A lot of them have been introduced to Kartel over the last decade, and they love it. So they have their own special requests that they want as well. So, you know, it's a blessing. I always tell my manager, like, I have the biggest, youngest catalog in dancehall, because my catalog is like 23 years old.
Yeah.
And it's huge. You know what I mean? So it's crazy, man. It's a blessing to just be here at the right time when all of that has manifested itself.
Now, wait. You wearing Clarks still? I started to wear mine today, but I thought I'd have been too much. You got your...
No,
listen,
this is the classic. This is a classic right here.
Listen, Kartel got the black on black, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah. Listen.
Yeah, man, this is a classic right here.
I thought we was taking it easy today.
Nah,
you got the black on blacks.
Come on, I'm coming to see Ebro. Come on. Gotta go hard or go home.
Yeah, exactly. Nah, but... I mean, you know, has anyone from Clarks ever reached out? You know, you weren't able to actually... Were you able to actually seize that time?
No, sir, because by the time that moment had manifested itself, I was already incarcerated.
Right.
But, you know what I mean? Popcorn...
He was able to lean in on it.
Yeah. And he did amazing things for him.
That's
right. I think he dropped a Popcorn line.
Yeah, he did.
Clarks. At the time I was on vacation.
We got to run this back, though.
What, the Clarks?
Yeah.
I mean...
Well, like, if they reached out now and they was like, yo, we're going to shoot a commercial just as a salute, that's a...
Oh, no, I have no problem with that because, you know what I mean? History is history and it cannot be rewritten.
Yeah.
Or can it? Anyway, so everybody knows, like, Clarks has always been a staple in Jamaica among old school, but when Vybz Kartel said Clarks, that exploded globally.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, if they want to come and pay homage, fine. No problem. The key word being pay.
Well, and also too that record obviously, like you said, took it worldwide. But if you're from Jamaica or just even the OGs, just knowing that those shoes, because those shoes were sought after, and and expensive. For you know, if you live,
even when you were growing up, they were expensive. Yeah, of course. Like, and in our era, in the 80s, you know, you had shoemakers, so people would like literally make Clarks because that was big when we were growing up. In the 90s, when cable TV came to Jamaica, you know what I mean, introduction to basketball, more African-American culture, that's when sneakers took over.
Right.
So when Kartel came back now, like 15 years later, and be like, yo, remember this?
Yeah,
like all the OGs started brushing off their old Clarks, getting the dust out. And then the new kids got interested in it. Like, what is this he's talking about? And even now, they're still wearing it. Like, even my son, he wears Clarks to school. He's 14 years old.
Yeah.
When that song came out, I doubt if he was even alive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we know the impact that we have on the culture. We know the impact that we have on the music. So we stand our ground. But if they want to parlay, fine.
So as long as I've known you throughout the years, you've always been a positive person.
Yes, sir.
You've always been about having a good time, cracking jokes, talking shit, slick talk.
Yes.
But then you and Movado and whatever did that start as more of a competition? Or were there street politics that, unless you were really, really in it, you would know? Was it more competitive at first?
Yes, it was, definitely. Because remember, Movado, as a young artist at the time, was defending Bounty Killer. Because remember, we were in the alliance.
That's right.
With Bounty Killer, you know, the great Rodney Price. So when me and Bounty Killer had that altercation over the Beanie Man situation, going to the wedding, you know what I mean, I left the alliance. And Movado, you know how dancehall is. I left the alliance, like, turned around, fired some shots, and like, F that. So he was like young and upcoming, you know, ego and energy. And he replied to me. So I'm like, who this little kid, who is he talking to? Went into the studio, bam, bam. And that's when it started, man. So, but I always respected the fact that he was brave, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, especially then, like, not many people would want to feud with Kartel then.
That's right. That's right.
He was brave, and I mean, I liked it for dancehall. Now, looking back in hindsight, I think it was good for the culture of dancehall, that hardcore culture.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of it, the feud was so big. That's when we even found out we had so many fans in Africa. Because remember, we're talking about 2005, 2006.
The internet.
Not much internet yet, like now. So when the little internet that we were getting off the YouTube and the MySpace and so on, like, it was like, wow, Africa, they love us.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for me, on the musical side of it and the cultural side of it, I think it was a good thing.
I'm sure there's some business ramifications, though, because when you talk about not having a visa and these things, now you see these fans around the world, the Jamaican government and visas and all that, they see in the streets activate, and that's not enabling you guys to go touch the fan.
No, the feud was so big that even the government got involved, like twice. Like even like they actually thought Movado and I were selling the buttons, because in those days, even Massacre said it, like he had his Vybz Kartel button, because at the time he was going to school.
That's right.
Yeah, so, and it was a big thing. They were graffitiing all over the country, Gaza, or Gully, on the walls, on the road, on the pavement. So it was crazy, man. But I mean, the sacrifice, sometimes you have to look at it like this. Yes, I may have lost this, but I gained here. Because see, look, I'm here now. I'm able to travel all over. And like I said, based on the fact that the catalog is still relatively young, like those people are still party goers.
That's right.
So my core fan base from the early 2000s are still going to parties. And then over the years I acquired, you know what I mean, a new set of...
you put legend on the game.
Exactly.
It's legendary.
Yeah, so, so you would, like even in Wireless Festival, like mothers and their daughters bought tickets to come see Kartel. They both love me.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Have you and Popcorn been able to hit the stage together since you've been home?
Freedom Street. We shared the stage together on Freedom Street.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. And he, Yeah, when I came out, he came to visit me by the hotel, brought me a gift. That's one of the reasons why I like to wear this watch. Because I got it as a gift from Popcorn.
Yeah.
And that means a lot to me, you know? Because I knew this kid from him was young and...
He told me the story like, he came looking for you. Like if I recall correctly...
Well, a lot of them did, but...
Well, no, but he like got to you and was able to...
Yes, through a mutual friend.
Yes.
Yeah, through a mutual friend. Big up Stamatero. Yeah, so through a mutual friend.
Because they saw Popcorn's talent.
Yes, and me and those guys were friends for years, and they was like, yo, this kid. And then he came around and, humble kid, you know, very calm, nice demeanor. Okay, put him in the studio. When he opened his mouth, it was like, okay, it's a work in progress.
Yeah.
And trust me, work, he did.
Right.
Trust me. And then the first time he really caught my ears, when he did a song called Get Wild and Climb on the John, your boom boom, no big like the whole of England. So I was like, Not Nice, who is that? Not Nice said, yo, that's Popcorn, the kid. I'm like, sign him now. And then I did a song on the same beat called Get Wild. So it was crazy, and that's when the chemistry started.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, Popcorn, one thing I rate about him, the same way people praise my work ethic, that's the same way I praise his. It's always working. I mean, do I take some of the credit? Of course. But that type of work, the work that I do, the work that he does, it had to already have been established. You know what I mean? Inside you, inculcated. Yeah, so man, I love Popcorn. We have had our differences, obviously, but yeah, because we're men, but man, I love Popcorn, musically and as a person.
Yeah, good dude, good dude. Shout to Popcorn, bro.
Yeah, man, one papi unruly.
Unruly.
Yes, that's it.
Vybz Kartel. Let's go into Porn Flick.
Okay.
You and Shauna.
Yeah.
You doing what?
I thought you said Pornhub. I wasn't gonna.
No, hey, yo, see this guy, man.
I was gonna be like, sir, I don't watch that. But then I would be like, to my son, delete my browser history.
This guy. Yo, man, can't have nothing with this guy, man. Vybz Kartel, available right now on Apple Music.
No. Okay.
So Vybz, at the Brooklyn show, I was in the building.
Yes, sir.
I went to the Friday night. You walked out.
Yes.
To the Bad Man.
Yes. The Gangster Catalog had to start the show.
Yeah.
You see that.
And then you calmed the crowd down and got to the ladies' records and the family records.
Yes. Bless the place a bit and then turn the energy right back up. Come on, it's Brooklyn, man. It's BK. It rhymes with VK.
Come on. Yo, this guy's too good, man.
I know, and Bounty Killer gave me my fame, and his initials are also
BK.
Talk. That is crazy, man. So look out for me next. I'm in Miami.
One thing I wanted to ask you, Kartel, while I have you here, creatively and musically, you have, I want to say, 3 or 4 different voices.
True that.
Is that the number you think?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. And if it comes to the girl song, I probably have 2 more. But yeah, You're right.
When you first 9 years, I think you had told me one time 9 years old was when you kind of first found your voice.
Yes, as a kid, because I had uncles that used to try to be artists.
Yeah.
So I was influenced very early, is what I'm saying.
Got it.
Yes.
Do you remember like the big rhythm at that time that you was like, I got to do something on this? And
yes,
how did you go about coming up with your lyrics and things at a young age?
I mean, the writing process for me at a young age, I used to just copy what the other guys were saying.
Right, okay.
And just change a few words.
Right.
So you're saying, it's Ebro on the beat and I'm in the Air Force. I would say, Adi on the beat and I'm in a Clark, sir.
Yeah.
So that's how I learned the process of melodies and attaching lyrics to words.
Yeah.
Yeah, so melodies to words, sorry. Yeah, so that's how I initially started. But remember, I told you my dad had vinyl records, and my uncles, they used to love music. So in Jamaica, on the vinyl records, a lot of them on the B side would be the version.
That's right.
Would be the rhythm.
Yeah.
So all they had to do was flip the vinyl over, put the needle on it, and you're good. Yeah, so we used to do that a lot. I think the other day my dad and I were talking, and he said he still has some of those old J.C. Lodge records, Boris Gardner records, Gregory Isaac, like on vinyl. Yeah, man.
We got to get those.
Yeah, that's what I told him. I'm like, I'm going to send for them.
Well, because a lot of that stuff doesn't exist anymore.
I know.
And so if you were to bring back old rhythms with new shit, just for the sake of like feeding the streets and feeding culture, and putting it on streaming services and figuring that, bro.
That would be crazy. And it's crazy that you brought that up because literally 2 nights ago I recorded a song and shot the video, but we did it on an old school reggae beat called The Answer. It's like do-doom, do-doom, do-do-do-doom, doom-doom. Buja had a big song to it back in the day. It was like, how y'all don't know life, I don't know. Why don't know what's sleep? You know what I mean? You know, Buja like, yeah, man. So I did a song on that a few nights ago. I just shot the video right there in the hotel. Drill style.
So are you going, is that how you're moving with your team now, kind of taking it back to the early 2000s where it's just like, yo, let's do this, get it on the internet, make records, move that shit, get it out the door.
Yes, exactly that, but with more efficiency. Because now I travel with like 2 producers. There's Scatter, there's TJ. I travel with my engineer, Red Boom. You know what I mean? I travel with my lawyer, if anything. Oh, check this out. What's happening?
Bang, bang.
How can we get this? Bam, bam. So the team we have our studio set up and everything. So I think more efficient now and with more knowing the business, like getting these things registered properly and, you know what I mean?
That's right.
The writers, the publishing, like I've always done that, but not on the level that we're doing it now.
Let's also get into this album, It's a Tape. I had to ask you, I mean, clearly if I put a little thought into it, I would know that. Is it taping, is what you're saying? Is this recording?
Is it recording?
But tell me why people are loving this record. What are you hearing?
I mean, they love the slangs at first because remember Vybz Kartel. Like you were even saying yesterday when I just came out. Exactly. I had the Simeus or the Up to the Time. Then I came with the awe. Yeah. So after the awe, you know, I came with the awo.
Yeah.
And then so I always have these little slangs that I throw around. So the 2 most popular ones since I came out have been It's a Tape and I'm out. So say, for example, I'm going in a hotel. A fan comes up to me, Kartel, can I get a snap?
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. Then the person that's recording, I'm like, It's a Tape?
Yeah.
They say, yeah, Mr. God's on a rape. You know, it's Kartel representing for whoever this is, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, make a little rhyme. And it just became so popular. Everybody wanted me to say it on their videos. So I was like, you know, let me just make a song. And that's how that song came about.
Boom. Kartel is here. Vybz Kartel, new tunes. How often do you listen to your classics? Let's do that.
I mean, it depends. Yeah, of course. I like to listen to myself because I learn from myself. And, you know what I mean? I could have, I like how I said that. Let me try it another way on this beat.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So I like to listen to myself, self-reflect.
I love that, man.
Yeah.
Yo, man, this guy's, I don't know if you ever seen... People have seen a lot of your content, right?
Yes.
Just talking shit on the internet, making records, all the shit that you've done back in the day. But I'm not quite sure that they've just seen you often be... Because when you was younger, like us that knew you was joking, talking shit all the time.
Yeah.
But when it was beefing in the streets, you didn't really share that side of yourself.
No, it's time
because
to get
it was
serious.
Like posturing, everything was dumb serious, gun fingers everywhere.
Everything.
You know what I mean?
Entourage out, no joke.
All the stances.
Yes, sir.
But now people get to see you just
be yourself. It's good to be you, man, and it's fun and it's refreshing.
Yeah.
I think that's what it is, like, especially why people like to see me on the net with my mom.
Yeah.
With my kids messing around, like, or my fiance. It's just refreshing, man. Because sometimes we take ourselves too seriously.
Yeah.
Come on, stop it, man. You're taking a joke too far, sir. That's all a vibe and just chill, man. It is what it is. Smile. Like.
While you were away, were you able to see, speaking of smiling and fun,
yes,
Beanie and Bounty versus? Did you see that?
Yes, sir. Which is to us in Jamaica, that's the biggest verses.
No, of course.
Yes.
But they like Those of us that grew up with them having problems, they was in there giggling and laughing.
And holding a vibe, yes.
And holding a vibe. The police show up and then the police left.
Yeah.
But you got to watch it.
Yeah, I watched it.
How did that feel for you? Knowing everything you know from them and coming up and everything you went through. How did that feel to see them two having fun together?
I mean, it was like, oh, it's a good thing when they were in their feud, I didn't act a fool. Because you see, now they're friends. You understand?
Yeah.
So I did the right thing, is what I'm saying. But yeah, for me to see that is amazing. It actually gave me flashbacks on the me and the Movado situation. Because we had our moment like that too, you know. Not so big, but in a more personal setting.
Yeah.
When we went to the King's house, where the politicians are.
Yeah.
And we was like talking. I was like, oh, look where our music brought us. Like, where these people have to talk to us now. Like, you know what I mean? So we had that moment. And after that, that was the second time. The second and the last time they had to call us in, because after that we started like, you know what, let's plan this now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he would do a song and then I would do it. So we did it on a more organized level.
That's right.
Yeah, and so that's why that organization culminated with us being on the West Kingston show.
Right.
That's when the public saw now that we was like, oh, these guys cool.
Right.
Yeah. So that was crazy. But yeah, that moment with Bounty and Beanie, that on that big world stage, it was amazing. Yeah, big up Swiss Beats too, man.
Now, what is amount? How do you use amount?
Amount. Okay, and this is also another slide.
Yeah, let's go. Let's get into it.
You know, in Jamaica, we speak broken English.
That's right.
So sometimes we would disregard certain letters. So we would say for our mouth, we would say it's a mouth. But also, if you're leaving, you can say, yo, I'm out.
That's right.
So I always say, so I put this together like, what is under my nose?
I'm out.
Thank you. And everybody was like, they love it. And you know what I mean? Because the vibes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The
energy.
Vybz Kartel.
Exactly. So, you know, anywhere we go, we like to light up the room and, you know what I mean, hold the vibe. So that slang actually became more popular than the It's a Tape. But, I mean, they're both like crazy. Like the people vibe off the stuff I do, you know what I mean? Like even people tell me like going on your Instagram, it's like my daily bread. You know what I mean? Yeah, because we bring that vibe and that energy. So,
do you see yourself collaborating with any of other legends, or like where is it at in the music that's being planned and recorded from Vybz Kartel? What can we expect to see?
I would like to collaborate with Madonna.
Musically speaking.
Musically.
Yeah, musically.
I mean, like legends in dancehall or just legends
dancehall, whatever you want to do for Jamaica music.
You know, Buju Banton is my favorite DJ of all time.
Many of us.
Exactly, and then Ninja Man.
Yeah,
so, which is a close second because Ninja Man came out first, and Ninja Man made me want to be like, that's what I want to do, forever. Like when I heard Ninja Man, because remember it was the 80s, right?
Right.
He was flowing on a level like, we as kids, we was like, what is this? He was like...
Well, because he took it to another place.
Yes, he literally took it to another place. Because remember, before Ninja Man, you had the Super Cat, the Josie Whale. And when me check it out, Lord, nowhere no better than nice music. But then this kid called Ninja Man came and he was like, 1 ounce a gun? 1 ounce a gun. Me, tell the people them about it. 1 ounce a gun have it. Like, mind-blowing to us as kids. We were like, bro, who's that? Ninja Man. Yeah, man. So, and then Buju Banton came out. Blew my mind again, because I'm like,
it
what?
It sounded like a tuba. Just,
bro, I'm telling you.
Coming through.
And when you see him, because, like I said, those days, in the 90s, Jamaica, not much, you know what I mean? No internet stuff.
Not a lot of cameras.
Yeah. So when you heard the artists first, you had to imagine how they look by how they sound. Boy, was we in for a trick. Because Buju Banton sounded like a giant. Yeah. But he was just a tall, skinny kid, like, and he could move too, yeah. I love Buju Banton. Yeah, right? We were talking about this yesterday.
Yeah, still get them knees up when he's warming up.
That's my all-time favorite DJ, Mark Myrie.
Yeah,
man, Bojo.
And his spiritual journey is well done. I mean, obviously, from what he was doing when he was young to becoming Rasta to, you know what I mean? Like, his spiritual journey has been there.
But hold on, that's crazy, because think about this. And now that you brought that up, he was in prison.
That's right.
I was in prison.
Yeah.
Ninja Man is still in prison.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like, those are my guys I looked up to. Maybe I looked up to them too much. I'm joking.
Yeah. Trying to follow their footsteps.
Yeah, trying to follow a little too much.
Yeah.
Is what I'm saying. Yeah, but it's crazy, man. But yeah, man, big up Buju Banton. Free Ninja, man.
Is there a collab with you and Buju?
I'm not at liberty to say.
Okay, I like that answer.
Yes.
Can neither confirm nor
I cannot
deny.
confirm nor deny these allegations, sir.
I've heard you talk about being incarcerated and how much privilege you had because of who you are, right? When you were incarcerated. And you said the one thing I could not do was walk out the door.
Couldn't do it.
Did that give you any perspective of having access to so much while incarcerated, but still not having your freedom? Like, what did that do to how you perceive freedom? And things that money can't buy.
Exactly. That was I was gonna say. Like, there are certain things that money really can't buy, because even people with no money still could have access to certain things because they weren't famous. So it wouldn't be an issue with the society. But if Vybz Kartel were to get those privileges, it would look like, oh, he's only getting it because he's Vybz Kartel. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because remember, back in the day, too, they also had those programs back in the day where prisoners could go out for a weekend.
Ah, right.
Fully monitored and everything.
Weekend pass.
Yeah, weekend pass, especially if you were married or you had a common law relationship. Yeah, but so certain things I couldn't get simply because I was me, but everything else I got because I was me. So it was bittersweet. But
how did that hit right here, though? How did that feel?
I never gave it much thought, because from the moment I got locked up, I was scheming on how to get out. You know what I mean? During that time, yes, I had to, I wouldn't say survive, but I had to, because my version of surviving is being able to do music. And I figured out how to do that. So I was halfway chill. So now I'm like, the next thing, I'm working on getting out. But while I'm working on getting out, I'm going to drop these bangers. The Viking album was done in prison.
Yeah, it was done in prison.
You know what I mean? The album with King of the Dancehall with Fever on it is also done in prison.
Fever?
The album that's nominated for a Grammy was done in prison.
Yeah.
The Tutanisha album was done in prison. That's the album that dedicated to my baby mom's, like my kid's mom. So yeah, man, I was putting in that work still. So I didn't give much thought to what you said, because I still felt a little. Yes.
Mentally, you was.
Yes, I'm focused, man. I was sick as hell too, recording these songs. I was sick, like literally suffering from a life-threatening illness. But what am I gonna do? Yeah, man up. So that's it.
Yeah, the recording process.
Ooh.
Can you tell us? Can you share?
Crazy. This would be nice to record with this spongy thing.
Yeah.
This is amazing. But what we used to do, I don't know. Okay, this is the bunk. It's about this height, maybe like this.
Yeah.
Right? Concrete.
Yeah.
You have the mattress.
Yeah.
So we kneel down like this. Hold the mattress.
Yeah.
Over my head. Then I put like 2 T-shirts.
Yeah.
Just for extra cushion. 2 phones. The phone with the plug that goes to my ear, that plays the rhythm.
Yeah.
The other phone takes the vocals a cappella.
Ah.
Get it? So I'm on beat.
Yes.
But
and then you send out the file.
Send out both of them, which is the file.
Yeah.
Until I figured out how to edit it myself.
Oh, so you was editing your
myself,
vocal. You can edit
my vocals
your vocal
myself on UCut. And then I sent it. So I sent the crispy, clean vocals with the demo. So it was easy, man.
And
like
then the producer match up the beat, da-da-da-da.
Yeah, I guess it's got to be innovative.
I guess we could talk about it now. Vybz would be emailing me.
Yes.
And I'd be like, yo, and I wouldn't respond to the email.
I know.
I'd be like, calling me like, yo, is Vybz emailing y'all, bro?
I'm still sending.
Because this is crazy.
I'm still sending. You probably have 1 million songs that I sent you. It's crazy, yes.
Because I'm like, yo,
including
I don't know.
Fever.
Yeah, Fever.
Yes, including Fever.
So Fever came through, and of course I would listen, but like I wasn't replying. I don't know if there's
but when the streets broke it, and then I heard it, I was
boom,
like,
let's
let's
go.
go.
Yeah, let's go.
But man, I send you crazy stuff. Yeah. But for me, it doesn't matter. I'm working like maybe, I don't know. Let's send it.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's
Let's
how
go.
I stay, man.
I just wasn't replying. Y'all wasn't about to get me
I was
caught up in
shooting
some
my shot.
dragnet. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers back kicking in my door.
Yeah.
Shit.
Do you know Kartel? No, you don't. Yeah, man, it was crazy, you know. But yeah, that's the recording process. And then I still had to be looking out because remember, I'm in a small cell, so the door, which is not a door, it's just grills. So you don't even need to pull a door. It's just grill. You can just walk past and look, as they usually do.
Right.
So I had to have the other guys on the block look out for me. Yeah, and they make some sounds with the cups on just like you see in the movies, but real.
Very real.
Very real.
Vybz Kartel, man.
Oh.
So this will be the first of many visits, I hope.
Yes, to Apple or to America?
To Apple, to America.
Sir, I live here.
Yeah.
I live in America right now because I got a big work permit, so I can be here for like years.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which is also another blessing. You see what I'm saying?
Super.
It's crazy, man. Like,
just pay them taxes.
I'm on it. I'm on it. I am on that.
Well, and also, too, like, while I have you, you've expressed to me how important dancehall, reggae music, and Jamaican culture is to you.
Yes.
And we all know, I think this tiny island in the Caribbean has impacted the globe. You know, Bob Marley.
Immensely. Oh, my. Right?
You know, like you said, Super Cat Buju.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Jimmy Cliff. Jimmy
Cliff.
These guys.
These guys, yes.
And even outside of music, because we're still talking about the culture, we gave the word Marcus Garvey. That's one of the greatest Pan-Africanists ever.
That's right.
Like Mao Zedong spoke highly of Marcus Garvey. That's right. Patrice Lumumba in the Congo, like all these guys.
They read all his teachings.
Yeah, so, I mean, so the culture.
Everybody.
Exactly. So it's the culture is big, man. We gave the world like 5 world-class genres.
Yes.
Mento, ska, rocksteady, reggae, dancehall. Still had a hand in hip-hop.
Cool Herc.
Yeah.
Yes.
Still had a hand in reggaeton.
That's right.
Hence the name reggae.
Yes.
At the front.
That's right.
And influenced Afrobeat. So like, come on, and then next door in Trinidad, we got the Calypso.
That's right, the soca.
Yeah, the soca. So, man, trust me, the Caribbean culture is powerful.
So, but I need, you know, I don't know how much people get to see you talk and understand how important family and culture and tradition and these things are to you.
Yes, sir.
So I just wanted to give you space to make sure you mention that.
Thank you for that, man. Thank you for that. I respect that.
Vybz Kartel, take us out with a tune, man. What should we, straight vibes?
Oh, yeah, let's go straight vibes. That's my new rum. Because I've always been doing merchandising. So Straight Vibes is my new rum, selling out the Caribbean. You know what I mean? The company made like $1 billion. And my brand they credited my brand for being a part of that.
Yes.
So the money is good, but it's not just about the money. It's the product. So let's do the Straight Vibes.
Straight Vibes. Vybz Kartel, the 10-year anniversary of Vybz Is King is available on Apple Music with new music on it.
VybzKartelWorld.com.